Yeah, look, I've worked with Jenny Work for a long time and saw that the work that Brandon is doing is helping people enormously, and I just wanted to write something that was specifically focused in these areas. We'd not specifically focused on depression or stress or burnout in the past, and just wanted to use the work in that specific way.
And also you have designed step by step a multitude of processes. It's very much geared this way, and it's been a great passion for Kevin since I met him, and he freed himself from a long time depression, that he's always wanted to serve people in becoming as free as he became. And so this is a great labor of love that's really born from his passion and our joint work together. So
this worked for you, the journey worked for you. It was kind of a life-changing experience. Yeah. But the same thing that you did with other kind of diseases, we don't call it a disease, I agree with you. But actually it's always the same answer, whatever the problem is, isn't it?
well, it's work that's geared quite specifically towards the different, and the answer at the end is to always get to the emotional root cause of what has created the illness, has created the condition, has created our emotional shutdown. It's very emotionally based work, where we're interested in not looking just at the surface and how that is manifesting. We get underneath the surface to what's driving you, to have that surface behavior. And so this specific work in this book is geared towards the behavior that is born from this condition called depression, from burnout, from stress, and to get to the very specific emotional drives that have co-created this condition. And so, yes, it's very specifically geared towards this area.
Okay, but I can imagine that other kind of illnesses also have the same process.
Yes, similar.
Even depression can lead to diseases, of course.
Of course, yeah.
So if we make it simple, is actually go through your emotions, whatever the problem is, isn't it?
It's a massively healing thing to do, to stop and to open and to feel an emotion or emotions until they complete is a healing thing to do, whatever your experience in life is. Mm-hmm. And then to, from that opening, to empty out and to speak the words that you've not spoken in the past, the words that you've hung on to, the words that have kind of crystallized inside. It's very healthy. And for all of us to really come to a place of forgiveness in life.
Yeah, and forgiveness, you can say, is also loving yourself and loving others. Eh?
I think that comes naturally out of the work here. You know, a lot of people say that, oh, love yourself, but how do we actually do that? I mean, we can contrive to love ourselves or pretend we love ourselves and make up a story that we love ourselves, but to feel it organically.
Allow the love for yourself, maybe.
Say that again?
Allowing the love for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it can work that way for sure, but I mean, how do you do that is my point here. You know, whether you're allowing love in, if your habit is to protect, to create barriers with life because you mistakenly believe it's going to keep you safe, or to allow the love out when you feel there's unworthiness, unlovability deep inside you, there's some stain or something wrong with you deep inside. You know, the question is, how do you do that? And the short answer is to open to feel what you've feared to feel, and to discover freshly what's in the heart of that. And its nature eventually will reveal itself as love. Not as a love that needs to come or go, but a love that is the essence of who you are.
Yeah, it's a loving thing to do for yourself.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Do you have other kind of emotions, or do you call it different? Do you call it
My
feelings?
relationship to my emotions is healthier. I feel that all emotion is welcome. And before, I had every strategy on the planet to avoid the uncomfortable ones. And I'm no longer feeling. I can allow emotion to come and allow emotion to go, and there's still something that is still and free here that is untouched by all the emotions that come and go through it. And somehow this freedom, this love, that is the essential nature of all of us, is untouched by the emotions that come through it. And so the reactive defending against feeling, the pushing away of emotion, the shutting down of emotion, I'd say that essentially that's stopped. Am I sensitive in allowing emotion to come through? Yeah. I mean, his father just passed 3 weeks ago, and, you know, unbidden, tears come for no reason. When Ada asked me to talk about my father today, the fact that his father just passed unexpectedly, you know, brought up tears for me, you know, and that's okay. You know, they're allowed. They can come and go, and still the essential peace that is here isn't touched by that. Peace allows for the tumult to come and go. So.
Beautiful said. Thank you. Yeah. Is it the same for you?
Yes. Definitely there's a recognition that who I am is not fundamentally touched or affected by any emotion. So all emotion is welcome. And what I've noticed over the years is that the more I'm willing to embrace all emotion, the more genuine positive emotion I feel in life. I feel more genuinely blissful, whole, connected, loving emotion in my life than was ever available to me previously. So the tendency has been towards the positive in my willingness to embrace the negative.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, experiencing, you were, when I first met you, were more in the gray zone.
Flat line.
A flat line of emotion. No highs, no lows, you were just zoned out, sort of flatlined, and it is true. The whole panoply, the spectrum of the magnificence of life's emotions, the rainbow of them all. The joy, the devastation, the loss, the gratitude, it's all welcome to come through this that is the essence of who we are.
It's a different experience, yeah.
Yeah. And I see that. You're a much more juicy guy.
I like that.
Juicy. In your life, yeah. Back to the book that you write together, the chapters, or one chapter by you?
Most of the chapters are mine in there. The foreword is by Brandon. The work is all born from Journey Work, which is Brandon's work, but the thread of writing in there is mine.
Okay.
So the story is based on my direct experience, and a lot of that was experience that I've had with Brandon. So
I see.
she's in there somehow on every page.
Yeah. And you read everything, and
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So that's the together.
You know, the truth of the matter is, we have 6 books now, yes?
Gosh,
in total.
Probably, yeah.
And even with the first Journey book, Kevin was my chief editor.
Oh yeah?
And so all the books that have gotten written...
Who is the real writer here?
Grace. It's all a download. It's all a download from Grace. Grace does all the writing, and then he's the editor in Grace. I call him that. You know, is that he's been the editor for all the books, and in this case, he asked me to do some editing for the download from Grace that he wrote. So he wrote the body of that book, and I'm not that good at being an editor, is the truth of it. I'm better at just letting it pour down, and so it was wonderful to support him in letting that creative process fall onto page.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And good luck with the book.
Thank you. Well, I hope it impacts a lot of lives and shows people that there's a real alternative to what is normally taking place, that absolute freedom from depression is available.